And on the 11th of October, the IGP, the Inspector General of Police, announced disbandment of SARS in all the 36 of the Federation and the FCT. On the 12th of October, next day, Mr. President personally intervened when he addressed Nigerians and said disbanding of SARS is to ensure that the sole purpose of police or any security agency will be to provide life and livelihood. That all those, and immediately the IGP summoned all former members of SARS medical evaluation before being deployed. And 2 days later, as you heard, the National Economic Council took far-reaching decisions which actually took care of every demand. The first was that each of the states should set up an independent judicial commission of inquiry and take evidence from all witnesses who have been victims of abuse, and that they would complete this assignment within 6 months. But the important thing for me, the composition of this panel, which includes youth, civil society organizations, and students, in addition to the representative of the Attorney General of that state, and to be chaired by of the High Court of that state. But I went further also to say that each governor must engage and make contact with the protesters. And in addition, each state must set up a special Security and Human Rights Committee to be chaired by the governor himself, which would again consist of youth, is to oversee the conduct of the newly set up police tactical unit, which will replace us. So unlike before, the police unit will not be responsible just to the Commissioner of Police or the IGP, but to that committee chaired by the governor of the state. In addition, NEC went further to direct every state government that would take public complaints against the police on an ongoing basis. NEC directed all state governments to establish to compensate the serving families of victims. And this is what bothers the government. That after these 5 demands have been comprehensively met, the protest, rather than abate, has been getting stronger. They came with more demands. With every demand of government that is the go. And the government noticed very soon that some people with ulterior motives were exploiting and, just protest to destabilize the polity. The movement started very peacefully, but very soon we witnessed looting, assassination attempt on the governor of Osun State, burning and looting of malls, In Benin, they set up these police stations, and have been compelled to impose curfew. Now, the demands have been met. But now we have some people who are not part of the original movement now using this movement to ask for unreasonable demands. From Endsars, we now hear End Buhari. And this is what troubles the government. And we believe that we need to give out the correct narrative out there. We are not a repressive regime. For the last 12, 13 days, protesters have been allowed to express themselves, provide violence. The police have conducted themselves very admirably, even under provocation. They've remained very restrained. But like I said at several fora, no responsible government will fold its arms and allow the country to go into anarchy. We owe all Nigerians to protect their lives and their sources of livelihood. In the last 14 days, many Nigerians have been prevented, especially in Lagos, from going to work. Police have been attacked in several states, and even some members of the movement have admitted that the movement has been hijacked. Some of them have resigned. And as we speak today, the problem is that who are these leaders? We decided to direct state governments to set up this panel of inquiry because we run a federal system of government, and only state high court judges, only state governments can set up a panel. Then it's nearer the people. We made the composition of these panels in a manner to be friendly to the youth, to the students, and the civil society organizations. Many states have commenced this, have commenced work. Ogun State in particular has even set up a victim support fund. But they are not even allowed to work. And we believe that it's important for the Diplomats Committee to actually know what is happening. Up to us, as we speak, protesters are not hindered, as not constitute a danger. Sunday night, the central bank was taken over, it was almost set on fire. We don't see that as part of a peaceful demonstration. The attack on the governor of Osun State that went there to engage them. Organization. So we just want to assure the committee that we will continue to rule of law. Democracy will continue to thrive. Protests like this are integral parts of democracy. But we have set up every structure to allow this matter to be resolved. But unfortunately, it seems that people with ulterior agenda this protest. I thank